So hello everybody, welcome back. So today we'll be discussing about women and Dalits in freedom movement. Before going to this chapter, let's recap what we have learned in last class. So in last class we have discussed about Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar. So Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, he is the father of our nation. Our Indian constitution has been written by him, and he has come from the lower caste, and even after coming from the lower caste, he has helped all the people of the low caste to overcome their problem, to get equal chance in the society, related to education, related to water resources, related to food, school education, college education, and even with the temples. So after, like, when he was writing the Indian constitution, drafting the committee and all, he has mentioned, reservation seats should be reserved for the SC and ST, and even for the school, getting school admissions, college admissions, and equal rights have been given for them. And that is the reason we can see today there are equal chance given to every people who are from SC or ST to participate with the upper caste people. So today we will talk about women's and Dalits in freedom movement. So how this women and Dalits people have behaved in freedom movement. So Gandhiji encouraged women to participate in the non-cooperation movement and satyagrahas. So Gandhiji has encouraged the women also to participate in freedom movement, and also help them to become like getting leadership qualities. By participating in these, they will get leadership qualities. His success in enlisting women in his campaigns, including the Salt Satyagraha. So during the Salt Satyagraha also, he has enlisted the women's anti-untouchability campaign also, and the present movement gave many women a new self-confidence and dignity in the mainstream of Indian public life. So because of allowing the women to participate in all these movements, they have given a good chance to develop themselves for the women. And also today, if we see, there are many women who are working in different stream, who are becoming a good example for the upcoming future children, to to help them, to make them understand that woman is also a equal part of every life, everyone's. Even they can do the things which a man can do, and that is the reason they have been treated equally these days compared to the earlier days. Earlier they were only supposed to be do work at home. They were not allowed to do any job. They were not allowed to come out of the house. They were not allowed to mingle with the people. But today everything is going hand to hand. Competition is very tough. It may be from the women to men to men, or men to women, anything. Competition is very tough. And why competition has become tough? Because everybody is coming forward, everybody is getting opportunity to face the challenge and to struggle and to become the success and to reach the success. So women joined the national movements in large numbers. They hoped that they would enjoy equal rights with men when India became independent. So what happened? Few of the examples we will see today from the freedom movement of India, where the woman has participated. First one, we'll talk about Ishwari Bai. So Ishwari Bai, she is a Hyderabad belonging lady. Hyderabad was no less in women's practice in political movements. Ishwari Bai is one among them. Ishwari Bai transformed as Dalit politician and became a champion of ST/ST. So she has converted. She has transformed as Dalit politician from a normal politician to she has changed to Dalit politician and became a champion for the SC and ST. In order to help the SC and ST people, she has converted to the Dalit politician. She was an ardent follower of Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar. She was a very good follower of Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, Ishwari Bai. She served as a national president of the Republican Party of the India. She was elected councillor of the Secunderabad Municipal Corporation in 1950, and she established a vocational work center for women in 1915. So she has established work center for women in 1950 and trained number of women in tailoring, spinning, knitting and other crafts. So education, going to school and getting education is not only the skills. We have other skills also, like painting, stitching, tailoring, knitting, crafts, calligraphy. So these things were also given, helped. Ishwari Bai has helped women to develop themselves, and this will develop the self confidence in women, that they are not only supposed to do the household work, but they're also supposed to be happy. They're also supposed to do their own self job, self satisfaction. Things has to be improved. So this was done by Ishwari Bai in Hyderabad. She constructed a school at Chintabai Chillakgoda with her own funds and donated it to the government. So she has constructed a school at Chintabai Chilkulguda, and with her own fund she has constructed, and later she has donated it to the government. She also served as secretary of Indian Conference of Social Welfare and member of the Indian Red Cross Society. As a chairperson of the Women and Child Welfare, she was instrumental in bringing legislation for free education of girl students up to higher education. She used to fight against all social service evils, atrocities, injustice against Dalits and women, land distribution for the landless poor during her tenure as MLA. So she has focused all these areas when she was MLA. She has fights against all the social evils, like injustice against Dalits and women, land distribution issues, not giving land to the poor doing it. So these all things she has concentrated and helped the needy people when she was an MLA. She also fought for separate statehood for Telangana. This was all about Ishwari Bai. Now we will see T.N. Sadalakshmi. So, T.N. Sadalakshmi was a prominent Dalit political leader and the social activist of Telangana. She was a member of Arya Samaj and took active part in the social reform movement among Dalit communities. She was elected to the Legislative Assembly and worked as minister and deputy speaker. So she has been also a very good politician leader, and she also has encouraged many women, given an example to them to improve themselves by not only just doing household work but also coming out and becoming and participating in the movements. She worked for the educational and economic upliftment of Dalit communities along with Aragya Ramaswamy. So Aragya Ramaswamy, even he was also a good political leader. So along with him, Sadalakshmi has also participated and worked for the educational and economic upliftment of Dalit communities especially. She was a pioneer leader of Dalit empowerment in Telangana. She was also vice president of Telangana Praja Samiti. So this was all about this two lady, that is Ishwari Bai and T.N. Sadalakshmi. So these two ladies, they have improved a lot. They have come forward with a great change, because becoming a leader earlier time is also a very good thing, because they might have faced so many opposition from their own relatives, own families, but even then they have come forward to help the needy people of Dalit. Both the both the lady has worked for the Dalit people to overcome their problems, and to develop the women empowerment in India. So this was all about women and Dalits and freedom movement. So you have to collect information about Ishwari Bai and T.S. Sadalakshmi, and write them on the colorful chart paper and bring tomorrow. And the home assignment is write each 2 points from both the one and explain what they have done for the Dalit people, to how they have helped in developing issues related to Dalit peoples. So thank you. This was the end of the class. Thank you.